welcome to Smart Support, AI Tools for Managing Diabetes. My name is Quisha Umemba. I am the CEO of Umemba Health. I am a registered nurse or certified diabetes care and education specialist and your AI translator. I help you to break down AI concepts into hopefully clear terms that you can understand and implement in your daily life. And I'm really excited to be presenting at this year's People of Color Living with Diabetes conference. Let's get into the topic for today. So I want to open up just really talking about the reality of diabetes. If you have a diagnosis of diabetes, you know better than I do that it is a full-time job that never takes a break. From the moment your feet hit the ground in the morning to the moment they go up in the bed at night, you are making countless decisions that affect your health. And it's not just blood glucose checks, it's things like planning meals, it's taking medications on time, staying active, managing stress. It can leave you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted. And that is where AI comes in as a partner and can assist you in helping manage your diabetes. So I'll be sharing with you some applications and resources that hopefully can help you in managing your diabetes better. Now, before I get into talking about some of these apps and how they're used, I want to just briefly level set us when I talk about artificial intelligence. And so, if you're not familiar with artificial intelligence or AI, I'm not talking about robots taking over the world, okay? Although if you watch a lot of movies like me, it may seem like that is the topic of discussion, but I'm talking about simple tools, things like apps on your phone that learn from your habits and give you smart suggestions. And again, when I said earlier, think of it like having a digital assistant, right? This is a digital assistant in your pocket. And one of the things that I love when I'm talking or teaching people about AI is showing them how it's already a part of the everyday tools that you use. You just may not realize it. One example is the autocorrect that's on your phone. You type a word in your phone, the phone guesses what you mean to say, and it fixes that mistake. Hopefully, sometimes it's a mistake, sometimes it autocorrects and it gives us this totally funky spelling that we don't want. But most of the time, it is simple, it is fast, it is helpful. That is an example of AI. And just as autocorrect makes texting smoother, some of these applications I'm going to share with you today are going to make managing your diabetes smoother as well. So examples of AI in your daily life, if you have use a fitness app that tracks your steps or suggests workouts for you, that is an example of artificial intelligence. If you at work use apps that create meeting notes for you or suggest email replies or organize your schedule, that is an example of an app that uses artificial intelligence. If you use voice assistants like Google Assistant or Siri or Alexa, to set reminders, play music, or answer questions, that all uses artificial intelligence. And even if you browse an online store, that online store is probably going to pop up some products based on past purchases that you might be interested in buying. That's artificial intelligence. And I'll give you one more. Your Netflix feed. When you go to Netflix, it's going to give you some suggestions or recommendations, or I think it actually says movies that we think you'll like because it's based on movies that you've watched in the past. All of that is an example of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, really, for me, it has three main benefits. One, it saves you time. It helps you complete your daily task faster. It offers those recommendations. Again, it gets very personalized because it gets to know you. I often say my chat GPT knows me almost better than my husband does, right? And three, AI supports work, it supports life, it supports business, it supports services. So it is supporting you like a personal assistant and doing things like data entry, customer service, etc. So when I'm talking about AI, I'm talking about simple tools that learn from your habits and become a digital assistant to help you in whatever it is you need help with. In this case, we're talking about managing your diabetes. So how can AI tools support diabetes care specifically? Great question if that's what you're wondering. So they do a number of different things, from automating routine tasks to revealing insights that you might otherwise miss. And the big three things that they do are tracking, reminders, and insights. So tracking are things like logging your blood sugar levels, food intake, physical activity. And most devices these days even sync that data from multiple devices into one clear dashboard. And hopefully you're sharing that dashboard with your diabetes educator or with your clinician, because that makes managing your care easier when everybody has access to your data and can make more informed decisions about how to care for you, how to treat you. Secondly, is reminders. And so if you're using these types of tools, they're helping you not miss medications, not miss appointments. Remember to check your blood sugar. So these smart notifications adapt to your schedule and your habits, or they might be like based off of a reading or something. And last is insight. So spotting patterns you might miss, like I mentioned earlier, looking at how things like stress or sleep affect your blood sugar, adjusting meals to your glucose reading, all of those types of things help you understand what works best for your body. Now, here's some key features of AI-powered diabetes tools. Real-time monitoring and alerts. So you can see tools or use tools that are tracking your glucose levels instantly and receive customizable notifications for high and low readings. So many of you, thankfully, luckily, which is great, are already using tools like this, especially if you wear a CGM device, right? But many of you are not. So I want to make sure I kind of go over some of these key features for those of you that may not be aware that there is technology out there that can help you do these things. Seamless integration is another feature of AI-powered diabetes tools. So we talked about that dashboard earlier, and being able to share that information through a cloud seamlessly with your diabetes educator or members of your health team. So when you have this integration, it can connect with the CGM, a BGM, smart watches, fitness trackers. You don't have to continuously like, oh, let me put this in my Fitbit, and let me now put it in my health app, and now let me put it in my phone, and now let me go to my glucose monitor or my CGM. You don't have to do all of that because it is comprehensive and seamless across all of those different devices. Pattern recognition and insights help you identify trends in your data to better understand how things like your diet, your activity, and your sleep are affecting your blood sugar. Once you see those things, you can make corrections, right? You can't fix what you don't know is broke, right? So if you're able to identify those patterns and you see those insights, you can make adjustments to your daily routine. Personalized recommendations. So AI-powered diabetes tools can give you customized suggestions for diet and activity based on your unique health data and habits. I don't think it gets any more personalized or individualized than that. And automated meal logging, which I'm actually going to show you a demonstration of. These tools help you track your food intake, track your macronutrients, simplifying things like carb counting and dietary management. You'll see I actually use one of these on a daily basis as well. And it probably doesn't fall necessarily under a diabetes application, but it works the same way. So I'm going to show you that demonstration here in just a little bit. So there are tools out there already designed with you in mind. You can see a list on the right side of your screen here of some of those. You've got tools like MySugr or OneDrop or Glucose Buddy. Again, they feature the seamless integration with various CGMs and blood glucose meters. You have real-time glucose readings, customizable alerts, comprehensive reports that can be shared with your provider. Then you have apps like Mealime and Foodvisor, which are intelligent meal planning apps that calculate your carb count, suggest balanced recipes, and learn your food preferences over time. And let me just say, this is pretty cool to have an app that learns your food preferences over time and then can take that information and adjust to your diet, your way of eating. I think it doesn't get more culturally competent, relevant, or responsive than that. Okay. Medisafe is probably one of the biggest smart medication reminder systems that's out there. It helps track refills, it sends alerts, It helps you maintain consistent dosing schedules. I even think there's a component where it sends alerts to the family, which many of these applications do. And then, of course, you've got wearables like Fitbits, Apple Health, etc., where they track the activity levels, sleep patterns, heart rate. There's even, I think it's called the ring that you can put on. It's an actual ring that does all of that. A little bit pricey, but these types of applications integrate seamlessly with diabetes apps and with those dashboards and reports and things that they can print out for you that you can give to your healthcare providers, again, that make managing your diabetes easier. So I wanted us to do a little demo so you can see AI in action. So what I'm going to demonstrate in the next video is actually a YouTube video that we're going to watch, but it's exactly what I do every single day with the Nourish app. Is I take a picture of what I'm eating. I no longer use the barcodes. I take a picture of what I'm eating, and then I will jot down, a few keywords, and you'll see how that works here. And what I get is basically an instant analysis. The AI-powered nutrition tracker, it identifies the food that is in the image, and it calculates the nutrition info automatically. It is mind-blowing. You also, some of these apps feature pattern recognition. And so connecting the meal to your glucose response over time. And again, I am not tracking my blood sugar. I'm just tracking my nutrition pattern, meeting with my nutritionist weekly, and so on and so smart, so on and so, oh God, I'm getting tongue, so on and so on. So smart suggestions, that last step there, many of these apps then receive your personalized information and give you personalized recommendations for future meals. And again, going back to the previous slide with some of those examples that I showed you, many of them do this. So let's watch this quick video here. I want to make sure that I am sharing my sound first so that you can hear this video that's playing. And I think I may want to open it up too, so you can see it a little bit bigger. Let's see, will it open up?
Hi there. In this video, I'll be providing an overview of Nourish's AI-powered nutrition tracking feature within the Journal tab. When you first land on the Journal tab, you'll have the option to enable this nutrition tracking. If you tap Enable, you'll see that we set an initial nutrition tracking baseline for you or your goals using your gender, height, weight, and activity level. After you click Submit, your goals will automatically populate here on the Journal tab. You can discuss this goal with your dietitian and update it as needed. Now, to log your meals, you have 3 different options. First, you can use this orange button in the bottom right corner to take a photo. After I click Use Photo, you'll see that we automatically begin analyzing the photo, and after a few seconds, we'll populate the nutrition estimate for this, and we'll also tell you the title of what you're eating. So in this case, you can see I have a red apple that was 95 calories, 25 carbs, a half a gram of protein, and 0.3 grams of fat. Now, similar to Nourish's existing or meal tracking flow without macros, you can click Add Meal. And then here you have the option to open photos. So I can tap here and say select this avocado toast and egg. And again, we will automatically start analyzing the photo, and our specifically nutrition tracking AI will tell you I had avocado, cherry tomatoes, fried eggs on toast for breakfast at 8:42 a.m., 390 calories, 14 grams of protein, 36 grams of carbs, and around 19 grams of fat. Finally, I can also click Add Meal and then type in what I ate. So let's say Greek yogurt with granola and berries. 1 serving of each. And I'll add the meal. And you'll see we immediately begin analyzing. And I now have Greek yogurt with granola and berries and a nutrition estimate for that one. Now, if the nutrition estimate looks a little bit off, you have a couple different options. First, you can click on the question mark next to nutrition and see exactly what we estimated for each of the items that was a part of the meal. So the Greek yogurt, the granola, and then the berries. You can either, within this screen, type in what was different and click recalculate, or down here at the bottom in the left, you can click recalculate and say, I only ate half of this meal. If I click done, we'll immediately start generating a new estimate, and you'll see that now the macro estimates are roughly cut in half from what they previously were. Now, as I'm adding all of these meals, you can see in the top that my progress towards my goal is automatically updating. Now, a few other features I wanted to point out with our new nutrition tracking is you can also scroll sideways and see your activity. So steps and active energy might impact how much you're eating. So you can scroll sideways, and if you have our Apple Health integration set up, that will automatically show up here. If you don't yet have it set up, we'll give you the option to do that here. And then if you decide you don't want to track calories or you don't want to do any kind of nutrition tracking, you can always go back into settings and either turn off calories, turn off nutrition tracking, or if you still have it on and you decide you need to adjust your goals, you can go in here and change any of your goals. And again, your dietitian will have visibility into these goals, and they can also change them for you. Thanks for joining Nourish, and we're excited for you to use our new nutrition tracking feature.
5 words
Okay, so
you pronounce
let's
wrong.
stop that. Sorry about that. I actually should have been playing that in the full mode the whole time, so sorry about that. Let's get back to the main presentation. Where is my other? There we go. Here we go. Alrighty, so I think that's pretty cool. I think from, as a diabetes educator, and I remember when I used to do health coaching and nutritional coaching with clients that had a difficult time with carb counting and with understanding their macronutrients and um, how to add those up and account for those in their meals. Having an AI tool that can look at the picture or take what they're typing in and they calculate that, to me, that is a total game changer. Now, I mentioned earlier that I personally use Nourish. What I have found is that if you're more accurate with actually giving it the amount. So you see in the demonstration, the gentleman put, what was it? Yogurt with granola and berries. So I will say 1 cup of white plain yogurt with, 1/4 of a cup of granola, half a cup of blueberries. I'm very specific in it because I don't want to have to recalibrate it or calculate it. I don't want to have to go in and edit. It's supposed to, again, save me time. So if I put in the details, if I put in more detailed information, just like when you're doing any kind of traditional prompt for AI, the better the input, the better the output. So that has been my experience when working with apps like those. And then I also wanted to talk about, because we know that stress management and emotional health is very, very important and critical when it comes to managing your diabetes. And there are lots of AI-powered therapy and stress management apps out there also that offer tools to support mental health and to help mitigate stress that and other things that impact glucose levels. Now, I personally don't want to advocate for one or the other. So I personally did not create a slide that had a list of those, but I'll share some of them with you. And if you want to go and, find out more about them later, you can. So um, these types of apps, and I personally use one called Ash, ASH. But the way that they work is they offer personalized approaches to coping with stress through AI chatbots. Some of them feature mood tracking, some of them have mindful exercises that are personalized to you. Many of them are also, they integrate with your other wearable health data, like your cell phone, your smartwatch, etc. And so these are apps like Wisa, Yupa, and Serenity. Again, I use one called Ash. I'll tell you a funny story too. So I remember when I think it was my lactation consultant, or it might have been my doula, that recommended a couple of these AI-powered therapy, quote unquote, therapy apps to me. And so I settled on Ash and I used it for one day. And I told it, like, I'm this age and I'm pregnant and this is what's going on with life. And I just didn't really feel like typing that day. I just wanted to, I don't know what I wanted to do. Maybe just Netflix and chill, but I just did not want to. So I opened up the conversation and then I closed out the app and I didn't go back into the app for probably 3 months. And when I picked up on I was going through a very stressful period and I talked to my doctor and about, some of the things I was going to, both physically and emotionally. And I said, oh, I forgot about this app, Ash. Let me go into Ash and just kind of like talk through some things and some of my feelings and some of my emotions. And when I did that, it said, hi, Quisha. It's been a long time since I've heard from you. How are you? How is the pregnancy going? And I completely forgot that I had told Ash that I was having a baby. It scared the crap out of me. So I put in the chat, how did you know I was pregnant? Because at this point, I'm literally about to throw my phone across the room. I'm like, okay, Big Brother is definitely watching and listening. And basically, it was like, you told me months ago in so many words. And I laughed at myself. I ended up sharing it with my friends and family. It scared me so bad. But just remember, like anything, it's like ChatGPT, right? Anything that you put into the chat, it's going to remember, it's going to use that information to personalize the recommendations that it's in the communication that it's giving to you. There's other apps like Hypnothera, Pulse Buddy AI. They provide AI-driven personalized hypnotherapy and stress monitoring, and they use AI to enhance self-awareness, provide emotional support, and deliver tailored techniques to manage stress and improve overall well-being. So lots of great benefits for all of these tools. Here are six that just come off the top of my head. One, they reduce overwhelm. So again, we talked about how they can automate routine tasks so you can focus on living your life. Second, better outcomes. So using these tools can help you achieve more stable glucose levels through consistent management of your diabetes. Three, they help you to save time because you're spending less time tracking and more time enjoying your life, right? Remember when you had to scan the barcode for everything that went in your mouth, or you had to go into, MyFitnessPal or something like, an app like that and put in every single thing that you ate, where now you simply can take a picture and it analyzes the image for you. That's phenomenal. Four, they improve consistency. So you don't have to, forget important tasks because they're going to give you these smart reminders to help you remember when to take your medication or remember when to eat or remember when to check your blood sugar. And ultimately, that's going to lead to a couple of things: confidence and your ability to take control. So when you build confidence, that means you have what it takes to make informed decisions backed by data and insights. And I lost my train of thought there. I was thinking back to something that we use a lot when we are coaching patients with diabetes, and that is, building self-efficacy, right? If our patients feel confident that they can make the right decisions when it comes to managing their diabetes. And so you're building confidence, you're building that self-efficacy because you have all of this data and insights that can help you make the most informed decisions. And then lastly, again, six, take control. You understand your body's patterns. You understand how you respond to certain things. And all of that is because of the information that you have at your disposal because of these tools. Now, I would be remiss if I did not say, while all these benefits sound great, we do have to be realistic when it comes to the limitations of AI and set guardrails for responsible use. So AI is not perfect. It does have limitations. Yes, it is a powerful ally when it comes to diabetes management, but you need to understand the limitations so you can use them safely and effectively as a part of your care strategy. So again, AI isn't perfect. You're always going to double check. Any kind of technology can make mistakes. Even humans make mistakes, right? Humans make errors all the time. Anything that comes from your device, you want to verify that information, your carb counts, your medication doses, etc. Trust your experience, trust your instincts when something doesn't seem right. When I take a picture sometimes and upload it into my Nourish app, I'm like, this is way off. I had a quiche one day, or a couple of slices of a quiche, and it actually added up the calorie count for the whole quiche and the macronutrients for the whole quiche. And I was like, oh wait, I know I didn't eat that many calories that day. And when I dug into it, it's because it didn't just account for one or two slices of a quiche. So you want to make sure you always double check the output that it's giving you. Secondly, you want to make sure that you're mindful about your privacy. If you have privacy concerns, review those apps. They always have the privacy policies when you sign up for them. Most of the time, do we read them? Absolutely not. But if you're a person that's concerned about how your data is stored, is used, and even if it is shared, which many AI platforms do. That's how they train the technology, by training it on our data that they're collecting from us. Then you want to make sure that you review those privacy policies, that you opt out, that you don't use those tools. You find some that don't collect data on you, or that they're all going to collect data on you, but don't share your data is what I mean. You want to make sure you use secure passwords, all of those security concerns, to make sure you safeguard your protected health information. And then remember, your AI tool, whether it is an app for food, for medications, for checking blood sugar, for mental health, it is not to replace your care team. It doesn't replace your doctor, your nurse, your diabetes educator. First of all, AI should never be seen as a replacement. AI is always to be used with a human in the loop, and it's not any different when we're talking about the management of diabetes. So always consult with healthcare professionals for medical decisions and treatment changes. Remember, AI tools are designed to support you, not make decisions for you. They work best when combined with your professional guidance you're getting from your care team, as well as the knowledge that you have of your own body. Okay? All right, so I want to leave you with the 30-day action plan. I know a lot of this can be overwhelming. Kudos to you all early adopters who have been using this type of technology. I'm sure you can attest to it, that it is very life-changing for you. For those of you that have not yet used much diabetes technology, especially these AI-powered tools, some of which we've talked about in this session today, I want you to take a minute to think about your diabetes management routine. Where do you feel most overwhelmed? What task do you forget most often? And what aspect of care feels like the biggest burden to you? Is it tracking your blood sugars? Is it planning your meals, taking your meds on time, staying active, managing stress? And the reason I'm asking you this is because your answer is going to point to where AI support could make the biggest difference in your daily life. And when you have that answer, what I want you to do is choose one AI tool from today's presentation, or a comparable tool that you may have heard of from a friend or from a healthcare professional. And I want you to try it for the next 30 days. Start small, focus on one feature at a time. Some of them are multifaceted. They do lots of things, right? You don't have to be overwhelmed by trying to do all of it at one time. Focus on one feature. Maybe it is, I'm going to take a picture of every meal and I'm going to let the AI analyze that and give me my nutritional analysis. But I want you to pick one feature, master the basics of that one feature before exploring other advanced options. And I want you to track your progress. Once you find out, that area where you'd like more support, then notice how you feel after you've been using your app, or, your new tool, the new platform, whatever it is. How are your stress levels? How is your blood sugar? Do you feel more consistent? Are you more confident? Are you more in control? Because small steps do lead to big changes. And I want you to give yourself permission to experiment and find out what works best for you. So as I get ready to wrap up, please be mindful that AI equals smart support. It is not a burden. Again, AI is not here to replace your care team. It is here to support you. So some key takeaways from our talk today: AI tools make diabetes management more manageable, not more complicated. Start with one tool that addresses your biggest challenge when it comes to managing your diabetes. Use AI to complement, not replace your healthcare team. And remember, small, consistent steps lead to meaningful improvements. And I do want you to do that 30-day action plan. Download one app this week, today even. Set up your profile, log 1 day of data. Notice how it feels to have that support in your pocket. And remember, technology is here to help you thrive, not just survive. I want to thank you for your time and attention today. Again, my name is Quisha Umemba. I am the CEO of Umemba Health. That is supposed to be Umemba Health CEO, not LLC. And our website is umembahealth.com. Please be sure to follow us at Umemba Health on all our social media sites. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the People of Color Living with Diabetes Summit. Thank you and take care.